Hello and welcome to another video on my series of chord tone soloing. This must be level 4. This week I'm going to be talking about scalar interchange. Stay tuned. Scalar interchange. What scalar interchange refers to is the changing of the scale box over certain chord progressions to create the impression that you are following the chords. Last week, we talked about using the A minor scale box or C major scale box, which is the same thing, over the major and minor 2-5-1 progression called the circle of fifths. I did mention also that this scale box works by right over 6 out of the 8 chords, but it can also work if you know how to adapt it for those 2 chords. Let me just dive in a little deeper onto this topic. The circle of fifths progression in C major, right, begins with a D 2-5-1, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Okay, that completes the major 2-5-1. We add the F major 7 in there, which is also in the key of C major, so it's still diatonic. And then we go to B minor 7 flat 5, which is the 2 of the minor 2-5-1. Okay, and then we go to E7 flat 9. Okay, normally a minor 2-5-1 will have an altered 5-7. So instead of an E7, we use an E7 flat 9, which is not in the key of C major, and then it resolves to A minor 7. And then we complete the progression with an A7. So it allows us to resolve back to D minor 7, and the cycle can repeat itself. So out of all of these chords, okay, the major 2-5-1 is diatonic to the key of C major, as is the F major 7 that connects to the minor 2-5-1, and then the B minor 7 flat 5 is also diatonic to C major. Okay, this chord E7 flat 9 is not, resolving back to A minor 7, which is, and then A7, which is not. So that means over all of these chords except those 2, we can still use the C major scale or A minor scale box, right? So, but what can we do when it comes to E7 flat 9? If we want to adapt this A minor scale box to address this chord tone, the G sharp, in fact, it's actually quite easy. All you have to do, okay, this is the second approach instead of just keeping it as is, okay, is to shift up the G note in the A minor scale to a G sharp. By doing so, you're going to get the harmonic minor scale, the A harmonic minor. Okay, see, it is difficult to think of it in terms of names, but if you take a look in terms of the shapes, all you have to do is adapt one note, which is the G to a G sharp, right? So you get, instead of, you get Right, so I cover this in my course on a better way to learn scales. This is where we're going to be applying this concept. over the E7 flat 9, we'll be only changing one note of the minor scale to the harmonic minor. Okay? Then when it goes back to your A minor 7 chord, we go back to the A minor scale. Okay, I will demonstrate this. I still have to do the A7 chord. All right. Okay, A7 chord. See, what happens here is we are also shifting the C note to a C sharp, okay, which is this note, to here. Right, so there are two ways to approach this. Okay, number one, the A7 chord is the 5 chord in the key of D major, right? So the whole time we've been soloing in the key of A minor, which is also C major, but then that last chord, it goes to D major. So the first approach is you slide the A minor scale up 2 frets to the B minor scale. The B minor scale is also your D major scale. However, a second approach is, instead of sliding or changing positions, we can change the scale box in position from your A minor scale, which is A Aeolian, to A Mixolydian. A Mixolydian is also key of D major. All right. So essentially what you can do, I'm summarizing this whole thing, the whole circle of fifths progression, you can solo in the key of A minor or C major. But when it comes to the E7 flat 9, we just shift this one note from G to a G sharp. We get the harmonic minor. Then we slide it back down to A over the A minor 7 chord. When it comes to the A7, right, I prefer, instead of sliding it up to B minor, we just change in position to A Mixolydian. Okay? So let's try this. Okay, minor 251. Okay, you get the idea. Now let's try to create some lines that work with this scale box change. Okay, so I don't know whether that's a good solo or not. I was just goofing off, but you get the idea. If you know how to change, it can still work. Now, what if I don't change? Something like that. See what happens here. Okay. Sometimes when you're playing outside, the chords are what they are, but your melody goes out. But in this case, right, Your melody is sticking to your scale box, which is A minor, but it's your chords that go out. Okay, so this is also another approach, but you have to be careful a little bit.